No cute intro with the dogs at the river. No bunny. No big epic 5-minute song. No puppets. Just win. Just win. You ready? Here we go. They did it. I don't believe it.
Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go.
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go.
All right, Panther fans, here we go. Let's try this again. There we go. All right, Panther fans. Look, Game 5. I'm seeing a lot of nervousness. A lot. I'm seeing it. I'm getting the messages. I'm getting the texts. Who was it that said relax? I think that was Aaron Rodgers. He said relax. All right? I'm not exactly that far off from what Maurice was saying in terms of just chill, man. It was a game. We won 6 playoff games in a row. Now, all that said, that was the emotion, the appropriate emotion for Game 4. This is Game 5, different emotion, okay? Like I said in my video earlier today and on the podcast, you finish this tonight. If you don't finish this tonight, then the Leaf fans that are in the comments that are oddly overconfident might actually have a point. We need to do this. Now we've got the same lineup coming out tonight. Woll is still in net for the Leafs. We got to test this kid. All right, we made it way too easy on him. Now, one point that I made in the podcast and I want to make here. People are saying, I know the Leafs blocked a lot of shots, okay? And it looks like the Panthers did take a lot of shots, and a lot of those attempted shots were obviously blocked. And so why would we be complaining about they need to shoot more? Well, it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality, in my opinion. And a lot of those blocked shots that Toronto had, not taking anything away from them, but a lot of those blocked shots were the Panthers got the puck, and instead of just firing it immediately, we'd move this way and go this way and toe drag this way, and we're sliding all over the place trying to get a better shot, giving the Leafs defense time to react and get into position to block the shots. Now, I know it's not going to be perfect. When a team is facing elimination, they're basically going to lay their body on the line the way the Leafs did, which is why we can't treat this like any other game. You see what I'm saying? We need to finish this tonight. I'm not going to make any predictions. No more game predictions. All right? I said before the season, y'all know what I said. I'm not even going to say it. Y'all know what I said. So either that's going to happen or something else is going to happen. But I'm done trying to pick my own brain for the exact score of the game. I just want to win. All right? Carolina's sitting there at home. They're waiting. If we win tonight, we'll basically have about the same amount of time off as they have. That makes it nice and copacetic while we wait for the Western Conference series to finish up. Tkachuk, Bennett, Barkov. You're the guys. Those are the 3 guys, all right? I know we like to have our depth scoring. We need that 4th line to be engaged. But those are the 3 guys that are going to carry this team tonight, okay? We need better draws. We need to be way better in the face-off circle, especially in the offensive zone. And we need Bennett and Tkachuk to set the tone for the rest of the team. All right. I'm ready to have a party. I don't know about you, but I'm ready, all right? I feel better, and the results of all of the rest and all of the medication are manifesting itself here tonight, and I would really prefer to use all the excess energy I have in the moment to celebrate a win. All right, so 2-0 Panthers after 1. Good period of hockey. The score is not an indicator of Toronto. Definitely, in my opinion, had most of the better play in that period, but the Panthers' chances went in, and Toronto's chances did not go in. So that's the way it goes. Now, we've had some penalties already. Panthers got called for a high stick that was. And then Gudis gets called for an interference call in the front, which was kind of weak, considering the fact that just a couple minutes after we killed that one off, Reinhardt dishes the puck away, and a solid 3 or 4 seconds later, he absolutely gets buried into the boards with the referee standing right there watching it, and there was no call. Which, that is how the rest of the series has been called. They've just been letting them play. The Gudis interference one in front of the net, it's kind of out of place with how the rest of this series has been called. Panthers need to settle this down. We are winning this game 2-0, but we need more goals because Toronto is buzzing offensively. We are having a damn difficult time clearing the puck. Our clearing attempts are just not hard enough. We're not sure if we want to try to skate it out, which we have done a couple of times. So, considering the way that the ice has kind of been tilted, in my opinion, towards Toronto, I'm with getting out of that 2-0, and Ekblad gets a goal and an assist. All right, we need more goals. That's all I'm going to say. Let's move on to the second period. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's going to be like that, and why wouldn't it be like that? I keep saying it, 3 of the 4 games this season, Panthers Leafs went to overtime. These games have all been 1-goal games, except for game 1 was a 2-goal game. Now, the goal. I know. Look, Bob was holding the puck on the line with his skate. Not that he knew that's where it was, but that's where it was on the line with his skate. He freezes. He doesn't move. The puck doesn't go over the line until after Bob moves because the play was blown dead, so it was safe to move. Now, I understand how extraordinarily frustrating that is as a Toronto Maple Leaf fan. I can certainly understand that, especially if you're watching this video when the Panthers have won this game. But the bottom line is that it didn't go in until after the whistle was long blown and Bob was just getting back up from his position. Hopefully, everybody can admit that that's what happened. If you think it went in before the whistle blew, show me the replay where it went in before the whistle blew, and we'll have a discussion. Meanwhile, the Panthers need to pick up the forecheck. We need to pick up the forecheck. There was another game this series, right, where we made it 3-2, and then we held on to a 1-goal lead for the rest of the game. Yeah, because I kept saying we need that 4th goal, and we never did need that 4th goal. My heart is not interested, but if we got to do this, if we got to win this 2-1, if we have to play the entire game forechecking in the Toronto zone for the rest of the 20 minutes, I guess that's what we're going to have to do. I sure would like that 3rd goal. That crowd is buzzing, the Leafs are buzzing. I sure would like that 3rd goal. None of us are nervous. I'm not nervous. You're not. Well, you're not nervous because you already know the score of the game. I'm nervous. I want to finish this, guys. Let's finish this. We are going to overtime. Well, okay. It's going to be like this. They're trying to kill me. They're definitely trying to kill me. I'll keep this segment short. There's only so long you could try to hold on to a 1-goal lead, for crying out loud. Too many times positive energy. So, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that hurt. Yes! Eastern Conference Finals! Yes! Just keep smacking that hand! Ah! Nick Cousins. If you had Nick Cousins with the overtime winning goal and the goalie being screened by Radko Gudis, you are the true Nostradamus, or whatever your first name is, combined with, forget, if you had that, if you called that, send me the lotto numbers. Holy hell in a handbasket. Chance after chance after chance after chance. I'm going to say the same thing I said to Stu now at the end of this stream. I am happy as a clam to be rid of Joseph Woll, because that kid was fixing to go on a run. Yeah, holy crap. So let me just get that part out of the way. Leaf fans, good series, man. That was the closest 5-game series of all time, in my opinion. I mean, 2 of them go to overtime. They basically were all 1-goal games. I know game 1 was a 2-goal game, but let's be honest. It was just as close as the rest of them. You couldn't have played a tougher series. Your backup goaltender comes in playing his ass off. And, you know, look, don't be all super hard on Matthews and Marner and those guys. Did Barkov get a goal in this series? I think he got 1. Kachuk didn't get a goal in this series. There was 2 goals or 3 goals scored every game. Nobody was scoring. Both teams were just nauseatingly focused on defense. And that's not really a complaint. That's just what they were focused on. If you watched the end of that third period, or the whole third period, the Panthers would enter the offensive zone. But if it even looked like a little bit like it wasn't going to go right, I was seeing like Bennett and Kachuk just start backing off to play defense. So the slate is clean, Panther fans, in terms of, you know, who was scoring, who's not scoring, and how it's going to look against Carolina. We'll get into that. But for now, the Florida Panthers, first time since 1996, none of my kids were even born yet, and we are in the Eastern Conference Finals. Oh, we're halfway there. We are halfway there. All right? Toronto's got nothing to be ashamed of. Like I said, I know it was only 5 games. I'm happy it was only 5 games because, good God. I mean, I thought for a while we were going to be sitting here talking about 2 overtimes and 3 overtimes, and I was genuinely starting to get concerned. Like, if we go 3 overtimes tonight and 2 overtimes game 6, even if we win this series, it's like we can have any gas left in the tank for Carolina, right? Either team. At this point, Carolina's sitting at home. If this would have gone 7 and they all go overtime, whoever limps into Carolina is going to just be a dead fish, dead in the water. So, absolutely had to have this one tonight. And look, I know Toronto fans are going to be disappointed about the goal. I don't know what to say in terms of, I'm a fan of the team that won. I know. I can't imagine how that feels on your end. But as far as I could see, the puck was on the line with his skate. He's frozen. The play's dead, and then Bob moves, and that's when the puck goes in. Now, I'm not going to argue that part. If you think the puck went in before that, I will listen if you have some kind of video evidence of that, okay? But in terms of what they were showing where he had the puck on the line with his skate and then he's frozen, that's it. The play was over at that moment. Then he moves and the puck goes in. That's not a goal. It had to go in before that. So unless you think it went in before that, hopefully we can be respectful, and hopefully Toronto fans, and you got the goal anyway. He had it tied and went to overtime anyway. So, but I get it. Look, we hung on to Trocheck was tripped for how long, okay? Right? That had nothing to do with the fact that we couldn't stop John Tavares ever, right? It was still Trocheck got tripped. So I get it. I do understand. In terms of what we saw out on the ice tonight, I will say this, Panther fans. Take everything you saw in this series, wad it up into an ice ball, and throw it in the trash can in terms of what you think we're going to see in Carolina. Different teams, different style. It might be less goals, We might need to win games 2-1. Okay? Now, one thing I will say, and this is not a knock on anybody with Carolina, because I know they got good goaltending, but this kid, Joseph Wall, was fixing to go on a run. Okay? If Toronto wins this series, I think they win the cup. That's what I think. I think if Toronto wins this series, they would have won the cup. And that's legit. I'm not just blowing smoke. Toronto just ran into a team in the Panthers that's just peaking at the right exact time. And who would have thought? Nick Cousins. And with the beauty of it, the beauty, and this is beautiful for me, even though it's right in my face. What have I been complaining about? I've been complaining about that toe drag where you're sliding into position, taking too long, right, to take the shot, and then the shot getting blocked. And that's exactly what Nick Cousins did. But Radko Gudas causing a ruckus in front of the net, like he always does, right? Only this time it was in the offensive zone. He was on the wrong end of it. I can't believe it. Of all the chances, Verhaeghe had chances, Barkov had chances, Tkachuk had chances. All of the guys had chances, and Nick Cousins speeds down and beats and wins. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. So, I got to give out a couple of things here. First of all, Eggblad. Okay, for those of you who are new to the channel, whenever I talk to text, and Stu and I talk to text, and we're talking about Aaron Ekblad, both of our phones say eggplant. We can't get the phone to say Ekblad. So now it's become a thing to the point where I stumble over his name and call him Eggplant. It's not. I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. It just comes out that way. The dude had his best game in a long time. He absolutely killed it out there on the ice tonight. I couldn't be happier with his play. Okay, there were some issues. There were some rough spots there. Face-offs still not great. Okay, I know some people, myself included, were kind of wondering, where's that vicious forecheck? As the series goes on, you know, you're starting that forecheck to really set the tone, but you can't play 4, 5, 6, 7 games of 60 minutes of forecheck that way. Nobody has that kind of energy. Almost held on in the third period. Didn't do it. But now the most important thing is that these Western Conference series go 7 games. That's the most important thing, so that Panthers can rest their legs a little bit. I think that's what you're seeing with Tkachuk a little bit right now. Especially if you look at Game 1 and Game 2, a lot of ice time. A lot of ice time for Tkachuk. I have a sneaking suspicion that he's not hurt, he's just a little gassed. That's my guess. I was watching him skate away from the puck. Definitely not his normal batshit crazy speed. So what's it today? Today is Friday. We're at least going to get 4 or 5 days off. I think the earliest the next series would start would maybe be Thursday, if not next Friday. So it works out because we're basically going to get the same amount of rest as Carolina. So the whole rust thing after a layoff, they'll be rusty, we'll be rusty. So you could look for a 4 overtime 0-0 game in that one. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I will just say this one thing about Canes, Panthers, goaltending. That's going to be a series about the goaltending. So Bubba, get some rest, do some yoga, get a massage. Did you see Bob? By the way, did you see Bob when they were doing the review? I love it, man. The place is going crazy. Everybody's just all over the place, not knowing what's going on. And Bob is just standing there in his net. And he's just standing there. He's got his eyes closed. And he is just somewhere else. He is just totally pieced out. And he was somewhere else. So that he could stay focused and keep his mind in the game regardless of what happened. Alright. So we had over 200 people in the stream. You guys are just throwing money at us left and right. I can't thank you all enough. Seriously. Just absolutely blown away by your all's generosity. Now, in terms of what's going to go on now, I am most assuredly, probably, most likely going to take. Well, it depends. I was going to say I'm going to take the weekend off. Kyle needs. Kyle needs a couple of nights off from the streams, as much as I would love to stream some Western Conference stuff. So that's TBD. That's to be determined. If I can sucker him into realizing we'll have a few days off after those playoffs are done, we might still be back this weekend with some more content. Stu and I will be back in the morning. We're going to get all of the guys. We're going to get Billy. We're going to get Randy. I'll drag somebody else kicking and screaming on the show. We're going to have a lot of content in preparation for the Eastern Conference Finals and the Western Conference Finals too. Now, once those comes, we will be covering both series in full, even if it means we got to stay up really, really late. That's what we're going to do. All right, Florida Panther fans, savor it. Savor this, okay? Kyle's 24. He was not alive the last time we made it this far. All right? I mean, 18 of the kids that were on the ice tonight for the Panthers weren't even born yet either. The last time the Panthers won a second round series. All right? Savor this one. And positive energy all the way. Yeah, the Canes are going to be a beast. They are going to be a beast. All right? Just no doubt about that. We'll worry about that in a few days. Everybody enjoy this. Take the weekend. Soak it in. Watch all of the content. Not just mine, but everybody I know wants to see Steve Dangle melt down and all of the things. Enjoy your weekend doing that. And then, at some point next week, we'll be right back at it. We're going to fill up as much content as we can. But enjoy it. Just... I'm going to save it. But some of you know what I'm thinking. But I am not going to go there. Not going there. I'll see you in the morning with Stu.